Hey guys, it's the Axel team here. It's Cozy. You guys probably have seen me in some of the videos. Today I'm speaking with Ash. Obviously we released our Gecko roadmap earlier today. We want to make this video just to briefly explain what the hell we mean when we like write all these different things. Obviously a graphic is really cool for communicating it. Ari and I kind of cooked with it, if I may say so myself. I think it looks beautiful, but we want to actually take some time to explain what each one of those different things are. So speaking with Ash, Ash is, obviously the founder of Axel and, as you probably know, technical founder. So helping with developing Gecko 2 alongside Eddie and Dev. But yeah, without further ado, Ash, how about you tell us, let's go by each one of these boxes one by one, and you just give like an explanation for what that actually means. We'll try to make it like as, obvious as possible. But like the first box says Gecko terminal one-click indexes. Like, what the fuck does that actually mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, if we highest of levels, what are we trying to do here? Like, make it really intuitive and easy for people to get exposure to crypto. Like, guarantees on what you're trading, without all the bitch work of like hopping between different wallets, like going and setting up your own automations, writing code, God forbid. So, Gecko Terminal one click index. Like, when you think one click, this is literally like on the Gecko Terminal site for Gecko holders, geckoterminal.ai. You talk with this thing. You can click as well after you finish talking with the Gecko persona. It will allocate funds according to one of these strategies that it has. So currently, I believe we have like high yield savings, we have like agent index, and then there's a couple others that we want to release in addition to custom indexes. But all that this means is like in one click, get exposure to a lot of assets that follow a certain theme. So maybe I'm a DeFi degen and the index is related to DeFi strategies. It maybe goes and invests in like 20 different assets, like random, like a Uniswap coin, Compound, Aave, like a couple other things. Or maybe I invest in this just high yield savings account and it's holding a couple of stables like Athena, USDC, USDT. All that you have to know is like our goal with the indexes is make it super easy for you to get exposure to a category. That's all that an index does, category exposure with guarantees on what that category might be. Yeah.
next box would be like what does prompting on X mean? Like that could be anything. So what does it mean?
Yeah. I think this one's even more intuitive to explain. It's like imagine you're scrolling through Twitter, like and you see some asset that's cool, or you have some random thought based off of like market data that you're reading from some dude's tweet that you want to change your portfolio. For Gecko and autopilot users, what we're trying to do is you can literally tag Gecko, like at Gecko agent, go and buy me some Uniswap, or at Gecko agent, go and invest in the top 10 meme coins according to CoinMarketCap. Natural language, like just you texting and typing straight to transactions. The reason why this works is because our backend is authenticating you by your X account for the account that is already set up, that's tied to a wallet that we have permissions to go and like make these investments. And when I say we, I mean like Gecko's model. I mean like Axel being able to go and invest in certain contracts, all defined by you and all non-custodial. But like the idea for tagging on X is just like instead of doing that through a website or doing it through a shitty app or a lot of different websites at once, just do it from Twitter. Like the place where you consume and gather information can be the place that you trade.
Gecko terminal AI based yield strat. Like this is where I think people are getting really a little lost. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot like fancier when you think about the tech, but super similar to the indexes that I described earlier. Like you're looking at your screen on the Gecko Terminal website, you see a lot of different strategies that are there. The high yield savings, you have like a DeFi one or an AI agent one. This one in particular, I think is meant to like have Gecko based off of like it sourcing the internet and like understanding what's going on when it comes to like different price movements or different yields at any point in time. Literally go and trade based off of all those data feeds. So it's definitely we're definitely testing it out and trying to back test it. And as with everything that we build, the goal is to minimize risk, but it's definitely like a lot more experimental. So the goal here is like Gecko, like the AI agents themselves going and investing on your behalf. And we're excited to see what that ends up resulting in. No different than the custom indexes. Like for you guys, for users, it is just clicking on a box.
So the next one or the next stop on this roadmap is the Gecko Mega Partnership. Now, I feel like with something like that, we obviously, we're keeping it kind of vague. But why don't you talk just a little bit about the kinds of people we're partnering with and how we view partnerships for Gecko?
Yeah. There's so many people that we're talking to. Like the beauty of crypto is that the world is really small, but also like if you prove to folks that you're in here for the tech and not just for the price movements, which we obviously are, people will talk to you. So we've already done a lot with previously like big KOLs. We had a collab with Arbitrum. We work with the Coinbase team really deeply. So when we say mega partnership here, with those existing partners and some others that we're not going to announce just yet, like This means like those communities or those ecosystems maybe get certain incentives or certain like rewards or airdrops for Gecko and for Autopilot as well. There might be like a first 1,000 folks to use a referral link for this specific ecosystem or post it in their Discord server, get something. So don't want to leak too much alpha, but like when you think like for us from our shoes, we just want users using this. Where can we get users and how can we incentivize them? That's driving a lot of our partnership strategy.
So, final stop before our classified one is the Gecko Terminal AI-based momentum strat. I think this is probably the most, like hard to decipher thing. So, in the most elementary way of explaining it, like what the hell does that actually mean?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the like technically you can think of it as similar to the Gecko Terminal AI-based yield strat, where for the yield one, it was like, where can I get the best yield? Like I'm sitting on these assets, I want to get the best yield. For trading, it's like, okay, now we're talking spot exposure. So actually holding different assets. So I think the explain it like I'm five here is like Gecko and a lot of data feeds and a lot of like models and stuff going on under the hood are going and determining at any point in time, maybe what is the best basket for crypto. So if you think about like end of December, the best crypto exposure you could get is probably like virtuals, AI16Z, some of these coins that were very hot and trending right before the Trump coin. Maybe it was Trump and some of these other things. Now market's weird, all sorts of stuff going on. So our goal here is to leverage data and have Gecko and these models going and determining at any point in time what the highest base strategy could be. And this one, unlike yield, is focused on spot exposure. So yeah, I think it's very easy to like the beauty of tech is like it can be very fancy, but you should be able to pitch it very simply. And for us, it is just like better strategies for your money that is already parked in Gecko Terminal or parked in Autopilot.
So our final box is classified. Something really cool is going to happen. I think it's pretty intuitive. Classified means classified. We don't want to leak it just yet. But what are some teasers for just cool things that are going to come down the line? Maybe alluding to, this big classified thing that we're going to unravel down the line.
Uh, I'll let you talk a bit about it as well. But like one thing that I'd like to allude to is like when you look at agents today, you have a lot of agents that post content on Twitter. Outside of Twitter, you have a lot of like vertical SaaS startups that are just like agents for this use case or this use case. Things are pretty siloed. Like even in crypto, things are pretty siloed. You don't have a lot of like agent to agent interactions. So I think the teaser there would be like Gecko and all of our services in general, like really taking advantage of like what can happen when you have agents working together, competing with each other, verifying each other, and like building off of their different resources. Yeah, you should add some more stuff to that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna zoom out actually and be like, here's the thing. I think the big concern people are having right now is related to price movement, and we can't control that. Like, as you guys probably all are aware, markets are pretty volatile, especially when like big things happen. Gecko is a smaller token. So I just want to like, zoom away from the conversation about the different bumps and just say that like we're still building in this project. Like, obviously, we have like a lot of interest in making sure that Gecko is a really cool product. And I would just say, follow Gecko for the tech and follow us for what we're building. Read our blogs. We're doing content on intents and solvers. Learn about intents and solvers. This is a huge like realm that you yourself could get interested in. And if you are interested in it already, apply. We're hiring for two different engineers. So we've got a lot of different ways you can get involved. And we hope to continue to build cool stuff for you. So with that, I'm going to sign out here. Any final remarks, Ash?
I couldn't have said it any better. It's like we are builders that are in our hearts, and we're just trying to build super cool shit for everyone. Don't stay glued to the markets like 24/7. But of course, everything that we do is meant to increase the value and utility of the projects that we build. So I'll leave it at that.
Cool. Take care, guys. Be well.